Welcome to the Running Library. Today we're breaking down the key ideas from Deep Work by Cal Newport. Let's get into it. Picture this. You sit down to do the thing that actually matters. The report, the chapter, the code, the pitch. You've got a plan, you've got time, and you're ready to lock in. Then your phone lights up, then an email, then you just quickly check one tab, and suddenly it's an hour later and you've produced exactly nothing you'd be proud to show anyone. If that feels familiar, Cal Newport's Deep Work is basically a field guide for getting your brain back. This book is about a skill that's becoming rarer and more valuable at the same time, the ability to focus intensely, without distraction, on cognitively demanding work. Newport calls that deep work. The opposite is shallow work, tasks that keep you busy but don't create much new value. Constant messaging, status updates, quick admin, meetings that could have been an email, and the endless churn of staying on top of things. Newport's core argument is simple. If you can train yourself to do deep work consistently, you'll produce better results in less time, learn complicated things faster, and stand out in a world where most people are stuck in a loop of fragmented attention. But he's also realistic. Deep work doesn't happen by accident. You have to build your life to support it. So let's break down the big ideas and turn them into something you can actually use. First takeaway, deep work is a competitive advantage, and it's trainable. One of the most motivating parts of deep work is the idea that focus isn't just a personality trait. It's not, some people can concentrate and I can't. Newport treats it like a skill. You can get better at it through practice, and you can lose it through neglect. Think about it like running, fitting for the running library. You don't wake up and casually run a marathon. You build the capacity. You do uncomfortable sessions. You recover. You repeat. Focus works the same way. If your day is built around constant checking and quick hits of novelty, your brain adapts to that. But if you schedule time to concentrate and you protect it, your brain adapts in that direction too. A practical example. If you currently can't focus for more than 15 minutes without reaching for your phone, that doesn't mean you're broken. It means you've been training the switch tasks muscle. Deep work is training the stay with it muscle. Second takeaway, shallow work expands to fill your day, unless you set boundaries. Newport is blunt about this. Many workplaces reward visible busyness, not valuable output. And if you don't defend your time, shallow tasks will multiply. Email is the classic example. If you treat every message like an emergency and respond instantly, you're basically letting other people's priorities build your schedule for you. So, what does a boundary look like? It can be as simple as batching communication. Instead of checking email every 5 minutes, you check it twice a day, or you set expectations. I respond to email at 11 and 4, or you write emails that reduce back and forth. Clear questions, clear next steps, fewer just circling back loops. Another boundary is meeting hygiene. If a meeting doesn't have a clear agenda and a decision to make, it's probably shallow work disguised as collaboration. Newport pushes the idea that you should be more intentional. Fewer meetings, shorter meetings, or even replacing meetings with written updates when possible. Third takeaway, schedule deep work like it's an appointment, because it is. A big reason people fail to do deep work is that they treat it like a nice to have. They'll do it after they clear their inbox, after they handle requests, after they get caught up. But there is no after. Shallow work is infinite. Newport's solution is to schedule deep work blocks on your calendar. Not sometime tomorrow, but 9 o'clock to 11 talk, write, or 1 o'clock to 3 design, or Saturday 8 to 10 talk, study. He also talks about different ways to structure deep work depending on your life. Some people do a strict daily routine, the same hours every day. Others do it in larger chunks, half a day, a full day, or a couple days a week, depending on job demands. The point isn't the perfect system. The point is that deep work needs a container. Example, if you're a manager with meetings all morning, maybe your deep work is 4:30 to 6 o'clock before the day ends, or 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock before anyone else is online. If you're a student, maybe it's 2 90-minute blocks with a real break in between. If you're a parent, maybe it's early mornings or a protected weekend window. You're not waiting for focus, you're reserving it. Fourth takeaway, embrace boredom, because distraction addiction kills depth. This is one of the most counterintuitive points in the book. Newport argues that constant stimulation trains you to be uncomfortable with boredom, and that discomfort is what pushes you to check your phone the second the work gets hard. Deep work requires the ability to stay with difficulty, and difficulty always includes moments of boredom, friction, and uncertainty, like when you're writing and you don't know the next sentence, or coding and you're stuck, or studying and your brain wants to escape. So he recommends practicing not reaching for easy stimulation. That might mean when you're in line, you don't pull out your phone. When you're on a walk, you let your mind wander. When you feel the urge to check something, you delay it. A simple example: set internet windows. You're allowed to check social media at certain times, but not whenever you feel like it. The goal isn't to become a monk. The goal is to retrain your brain so you can handle the mild discomfort that comes right before a breakthrough. Fifth takeaway: create a shutdown ritual to protect your evenings and your brain. Newport emphasizes that deep work depends on recovery. If your mind is always half working, always thinking about the next email, the open loop, the unfinished task, you never fully recharge. And if you never recharge, deep work gets harder and harder. So he suggests a deliberate end-of-day routine. Review what's left, make a plan for when you'll handle it, and then mentally shut down work. The idea is to stop carrying tasks around in your head like background tabs. In practice, this can look like at 5:30, you check your task list, decide the top priorities for tomorrow, capture any loose ends, and then you're done. You might even say a phrase to yourself, something like "shutdown complete," not as a gimmick, but as a mental marker that work is parked. This protects your personal life, but it also protects your next day of deep work. A rested brain focuses better. Sixth takeaway: make deep work meaningful. Craft your environment and rituals. Newport talks about the power of rituals: where you work, when you work, how you start, what rules you follow. The more you reduce decision-making around focus, the easier it is to begin. Your ritual might be clear desk, headphones on, phone in another room, one document open, timer set for 60 minutes, and a specific goal written down. Draft the introduction, not work on writing. Environment matters too. Some people need a quiet room. Some people do better with a library vibe, a study room, or a specific corner that signals, "This is focus time." The key is consistency. You're building a cue that tells your brain, "Now we go deep." And there's a deeper layer here. Newport suggests that deep work is satisfying. Not always fun in the moment, but satisfying in the way that real progress is satisfying. When you do hard, valuable work, you feel more competent, more grounded, less scattered. It's not just productivity. It's a better way to live. Now let's talk about who this book is for and who it's not. Deep work is for you if you create things, solve problems, or learn complex skills. Writers, students, programmers, designers, researchers, analysts, entrepreneurs, anyone whose best work requires sustained attention. It's also for anyone who feels like their attention is being pulled apart by modern life and wants a practical framework to rebuild it. It might not be for you if your job is almost entirely reactive and you have very little control over your schedule, like certain customer-facing roles or emergency response environments. Even then, you can still use parts of it, like better boundaries with communication or a shutdown routine, but you may not be able to carve out long, uninterrupted blocks every day. It's also not a magic fix if what you really need is rest, support, or a workload change. Deep work can't solve burnout caused by impossible expectations. It can help you work better, but it won't rewrite a broken system on its own. All right, let's turn this into a simple 3-step action plan you can start this week. Step 1. Pick your deep work target and define done. Choose one high-value project, the thing that would make you feel proud if you moved it forward. Then define what deep work means for that project in concrete terms. Not work on business, but outline 3 sections. Solve the next problem set. Write 800 words or finish the first draft of the slide deck. Clarity reduces resistance. Your brain can't focus on a fog. Step 2. Schedule 3 deep work sessions and protect them. Put 3 sessions on your calendar for the next 7 days. Start small if you need to. Even 60 to 90 minutes is enough to feel a difference. During those sessions, make it hard to break focus. Phone out of reach, notifications off, single tasking only. If you can, tell someone, "I'm unavailable from 9 to 10:30. Treat it like a meeting with your future self, because it is. Step 3. Add one rule that reduces shallow noise. Pick one boundary that will immediately reduce distraction. Examples. Check email only at set times. No social media before noon. Meetings require an agenda. Messages get answered in batches. Phone stays out of the bedroom. One tab at a time during deep work. Don't overhaul your whole life overnight. One rule, consistently applied, will create space for depth. To wrap up, deep work is a reminder that your attention is your life. What you repeatedly pay attention to becomes your days, and your days become your output, and your output becomes your opportunities. Newport isn't saying work more, he's saying work deeper. Do fewer things, but do them with full presence. Build routines that make focus normal again. And in a world that profits from your distraction, that's not just a productivity strategy, it's a form of self respect. If you want, tell me what you're trying to focus on right now: writing, studying, building something, job searching, and I'll help you design a deep work schedule that fits your actual week. If you found this summary helpful, subscribe to the Running Library for new insights every day, and tell me in the comments what book or article you want next.